Okay. The application to be considered is an application from Anthony Piombo, property located at 10 Franklin Street, zoned R2, requesting a minor subdivision to subdivide 1.33 plus or minus acre parcel into 3 separate parcels. And we have scheduled a public hearing for tonight. Mr. Piombo, did you want to address the board?
I do, Chairman. I'd like to postpone and extend this deadline until the next meeting.
Okay. You have a purpose for extending it?
Yeah, I don't have all the paperwork.
Okay. We have a request from Mr. Piombo to postpone the consideration with no prejudice for the time limit till the next meeting. Motion?
Motion.
Mike Pollock moves.
I'll second
Jessica
that.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All carried.
Wait, it was mentioned that it doesn't have all the paperwork needed. Can I make a statement?
Yes, yes, you may.
So with you and your attorney are aware of all the requirements for a minor subdivision that's stated in the code book for the village. So I'm hoping you follow those requirements. They're pretty extensive for a subdivision, even a minor subdivision. There's a minor and a major subdivision. And I believe your proposal is a minor subdivision. It meets all the criteria for that if no utility extensions are required. But there's still paperwork wise that this I was concerned when I saw your plan here. This doesn't meet all the needs that are stated in the book. So please be aware of that when you come back. That we have all this information. As it talks about a topographic map.
Do you have copies of that we can see?
Because
Because we were not aware of those.
Okay, so maybe this is my copy, so.
No, that's fine, but I just wondered, I don't know if it's online or something that we can. see.
Unfortunately, no, we're village is doing a whole, sorry to interrupt, but the village is revamping the entire code book, of course. So it will be online soon, but I can scan and make a copy and send it to email, or can do it before you leave today.
Okay.
So this has an example of existing drainage features, topographic contours, zoning district boundaries, it goes on and stuff, to my surprise, because we frequently haven't dwelled on this that much. So most of these subdivisions in recent times are just chopping off a piece of land in 2 parts, but you're developing it, so you're like a developer of going into making a subdivision.
We're not sure if we're developing it.
Okay.
Doesn't-
Well, it shows sites and potential sites on it, so that's, I don't know if that's a threshold or not, that makes a difference, but according to this, these are the requirements for a minor subdivision.
Right.
So that's a thing to get a consult to find out what you really need to do to fit the bill. There are people with concern, so we have to do it all by the book.
I understand.
As long as they get copies of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
For the public hearing portion, I think it's not going to be beneficial to do a public hearing until we have a fully completed application.
I'll make a note in the minutes, Don, that, that he postponed and then you probably will want to do that again.
Right, and note that we're postponing the public hearing along with the considering the application.
Yeah, I've already got that. Thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Is Tony the only one there in your audience?
We have,
Because I don't see anybody except you.
the camera doesn't point toward the peanut gallery.
No,
We have Randall Lewis, Audrey Lewis,
Betsy Burnham.
Betsy Burnham.
Then there's someone on the phone.
I don't know who Michelle is.
Michelle is.
Michelle is probably
What's the Lewis's first name?
So we close,
Randy and Audrey.
Oh, we got two.
we just need to make a clarification since I was out of the room, if that's all right with the board.
Okay,
Are
then
you
there's
ready?
a Michelle.
Michelle,
I know she's got to get the names down. I appreciate that. And I have a list for you, Joan, too. Close the public hearing, correct?
We decided we were postponing the public hearing along with the,
So therefore, when most likely new information will be submitted and new paperwork and whatnot, we'll probably hold another public hearing.
we will hold a public hearing.
And at that time, that's when the larger amount of voices to talk about, the concerns and things like that.
Yes,
That's the proper time and place for that. We're
correct.
not, since the applicant's not here, nothing really should, other than noting that said folks showed were in attendance.
Yes.
So that's all I would recommend.
Joan has that that we're here, and we also, we have copies of letters that were sent.
Okay, put it on the record.
They'll be in the record. Yep. We received them here today.
We'd like to, request a copy of the same things that are required for the subdivision for the village.
Sure.
You like that, and then can we get copies of the other comments?
Certainly. I could give you the comments today, tomorrow, the scan, I'll put stuff together, unfortunately, it's just a scan and Xerox, apologies for that. But I will print out a number of copies and have them ready for the office, you can come at your leisure. Then, should be ready by noon tomorrow.
That's it.
Thank you.
Anything else for the board?
Question is, who do we talk to talk about zoning in the village?
You can talk to the zoning board, you can talk to me, you can talk to the board of trustees, there are lots of different resources to help with that. Talk to the code officer.
What's that?
Talk to the code officer, Kevin McMahon. So if we want to list, put questions together and send them in email to me, that's fine, that can be passed around to be discussed by various.
Because it said in the Homer News,
Mhm.
saying something, that you're reviewing comprehensive plan,
Yes,
so, it'd be interesting to
what's
see
the
what-
objective of the village as remaining R1 or R2 and why R2s as opposed to R1s when
yep,
the
that's,
village trying to move forward and the quality of the village, and yet
when,
there's lots of R2s all over the place.
you got it, well, the comp plan is being looked at along with the code book. There'll be we're gonna send out an application for a grant to redo the comp plan, that'll be done this year as well. So when we go through the process of packaging a new comp plan for the next 10 years or 15 years, then there'll be plenty of time for public comments, things like that. And all that information will be got out, whatever the different changes are, different zoning districts and whatnot. So there'll be plenty of opportunity for the public to come in, say, they agree, they disagree, why, those kind of things. So that whole process is just not beginning. Sure. Good. Anytime.
Thank you for coming tonight, folks.
Thank you.
Is the first one there?
Oh, it's mine. Don't worry, I'll come back, I got my keys on it too, so I need that.
Good night.
Good night.
Do you have anything else?
You got minutes.
Have a quorum, we can approve these minutes.
Okay, yes. Okay, minutes of the January 26, 2022 meeting. Any questions, corrections?
Always done well by Joan, so.
Okay. Move to approve. Jessica?
I will make a motion to move to approve the minutes.
Jessica moves to approve. Mike,
Second,
second, Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous, carried.
why is there an asterisk next to your name?
I don't know.
Oh, it says absent.
Yeah, I was not. I feel like it's been forever since I've been over.
We have nothing else. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Michael has moved to adjourn. Jessica,
I
second.
second it.